big night. Welcome to In Search of Awesome, episode 100. We made it. Some of you bad boys were here for episode 1, and you're back. We're celebrating 100 episodes, best of the best, and there's a little bit of sentiment, a little bit of love tonight. I've got some special surprise guests for you. And what I really want to do is, first of all, here is the Master Group. Here it is, and you're from number 1 all the way to 100, best of the best. And part of why we're here is to just thank them. And these are the guys that. These are the awesome hairdressers that are innovators and incubators, and they have amazing results using social media. That's why we had them on. And I'll tell you what, whatever the income thresholds were before we started hanging out with the 50 was, it's now off the chart. Everybody that's on the team, 40,000 on their first year behind the chair, that's W-2. That's called Big Boom Boom. It used to take, 3-4 years to get there. Then it went to 60, 70, 80, 100. For those of you that are working part-time and saying, I don't work full-time, this is 25, 37, 44, 50, and $60 an hour. So they continue to take it to no return, right? And the age range is amazing. We got 18 years old. Who was it that we interviewed that was 18 from El Marie Studios? I'm like blanking out down here, but she's here somewhere. I don't think Maddie was on. She was still in school at 18, and so all the way 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. So it is not about anymore age. Old is no longer defined by age. It's just defined by how awesome you are. And students from first year into school to 30 years. So they continue to blow us away. And the ideas that they started sharing with us back then, those ideas now have found their way in Summit Social Media Bootcamp. That's the courses that we have this year. I'm out making rain for it. Then there's Summit Social Media Playbook that we're going to be launching here this year. And then there's the Summit Social Media Coaching with Tim Fisk and Luke Hufstetter and Jennifer Boutwell and Kayla Ray Dickerson and Kim Light and Elizabeth Einstein and Joa Tang. Those are the guys that are making... Michael, what's your point? If it wasn't for these guys, the masters, we wouldn't have the ideas that we've incubated to bring to you. And now there's been tens of thousands of you that have hung out with us over time. And I'm on a daily basis now getting messages, direct messages in my Facebook Messenger where the people are being helped by this all the time. These are the ninjas and that have brought responsible today. We've got a Magic Day Summit calculator. That inspiration came from these 50 masters. They've reinvented the guest planner. We used to use the planner to plan the day when the guest comes in. Now the planner is being used as a social media planner as well. They continue to teach us about posting on the guest page and how we can get more exponentially more referrals when we take pictures of our guests and get them on the guest page than if they're just on the salon page or the individual page. They also taught us about guest influencers, that not all guests are created equal, that, average guests have a couple hundred followers, but you have guests that have, 800, 900, 1,000 followers. They taught us how to get pictures on their page so that referrals go through the roof. Some of these people now are running at 200 plus referrals a year. They teach us about, they gave us the 11th commandment, which is thou shalt not post without tagging the salon, because when your pictures show up on the salon page and your page, you get exponentially more referrals than when it's just on your page. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't know that. So, and then they also teach us as salon owners and managers and leaders that if we tag the salon to make sure that the overwhelming majority of the content ends up on the salon's page. This is the stuff that we've learned from these guys. This is the resources now that are on summitsalon.com, from mobile calculators to planners, to the tracking apps. These are the people from those conversations. They were raw ideas. They were the innovators. They were the incubators. And from that, we got inspired and put something together now that's a beautiful summit structure, system, best practice. So we're here tonight to celebrate them and to thank them for all they do. Also, now on a daily basis, there's been tens of thousands. I think on the page that you're watching tonight, I think we have now well over 50,000 followers. And on a daily basis, we get direct messages into our Facebook Messenger about people that are kind of waking up to the whole social digital revolution, and they're waking up from their nap. This is not a priority too. I'm becoming a novice. I need to get into this game regardless of if I'm a centennial, a millennial, a Gen X, or a boomer, and to move them into mastery. If it wasn't for these people, we wouldn't have them here. So we're here. We're celebrating them, and we have some special guests on the program that I'm going to bring up. Rosa Cisneroz Ngauamo. She was here for our 43rd episode. Skye Currie is here. She was from our 62nd episode. Skye's from Genesis Hair Salon, Mobile, Alabama. Rosa's from Hair Illusion Salon, Tracy, California. And Miss Amanda Gilson, number 70. She's in the house. She's from Cocolet Hair Boutique, Bel Air, Maryland. And then last but not least, Randy Kunkel. So I'm going to bring Rosa up now because I know that she has some things that she wants to say and share. So let me just pray for the IT gods are working tonight. There she is.
Hey,
give it up for Rosa. Anyway, catch us up to Rosa. How's your life been as a result of social media?
Life in 2018 is off to an amazing start. So my follower count keeps growing. I get so many referrals from people just following my Instagram. My biggest aha this year, and it's only February, it happened in January, was Instagram stories. I was kind of late to that party. However, with the Instagram stories, clients are just stalking me behind the scenes with what I'm doing on a regular basis behind the chair. So I'm taking Instagram stories of color applications, foil placement, product knowledge. So anything that's happening on a regular basis behind the chair, it's going into the Instagram stories, and people are reaching out to me saying, what's this product about? Or can you do this technique next time I'm in the salon? So the Instagram stories have been huge. We're also a summit salon. So I do have associates that I'm training, but I'm also training my associates to be the best that they can be with their social media, whether they have a small follower account, how they can grow it, how they can get new clients, and who they need to tag in order to get new followers and clients in the door for them.
Nice. When I talked to you, you were well over 100,000 in your W-2. I'm assuming you're still zooming there, and
yeah, it's still climbing. So I'm blessed that my income is so fruitful right now. I'm making a lot of money, which is pretty cool because most stylists always said this industry was not profitable. And a lot of times I can get anything that I want because I have the income, I have the money for it. So it just makes me happy that I could be a main supporter for my family and we can enjoy a very comfortable lifestyle.
nice.
And we live in California, so you know it's not cheap here.
Nice. Well, it's wonderful to have you on the show. Thanks for sharing that whole thing, on the Instagram stories, because that's coming at us at Mach 5 now, and what you're doing and innovating is really kind of plowing a path and a field for us. So keep up the good work, and we've got some other guests I want to bring on. So give it up one more time for Miss Rosa Cisneros. Where you guys? Next up. Well,
Hi.
you were interview number 70 from way back, and you're here tonight to catch us up to you.
So this year has been awesome. I've just been posting, and the number one thing that I wanted to tell everybody is boosting your posts and paying for your posts is a huge thing. The more you pay, the more you're going to get back, even double probably.
Wow. So on a typical boost, Amanda, how much money would you put on a boost, and would it be for the day, or would you go beyond the days?
So I'll usually do about $5, and then if it's a really good one, I'll even put it up to like $25. I think it's per day. and then I'll also do the timing for when Facebook is, when the people will see it most.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that it's a good timing.
So what
too.
would be a typical, if you did a $5 boost and the post was cool, how many openings might it fill on your appointment book, whether it's with referrals or recaptured repeats?
A lot. Probably about, I probably get about 5 referrals maybe every week, every 2 weeks. But I just boosted a post actually yesterday, and I just got on my Instagram right before our live, and I had 90 likes on a picture that I just posted.
Wow. So it would not be uncommon at all for a $5 investment. You're probably getting a few $100s in either recaptured business or new business via referrals.
Exactly.
Well, I love it. Well, first of all, thanks for dropping by, and thanks for being a part of this movement and all you've done for us. And promise me you'll come back for an encore.
Of course I will. Thank you for having me.
All right, give it up one more time for Miss Amanda Gilson. Number 62, Skye Currie. Come on up, Skye. Where are you?
Hi, Michael.
There you are. Give it up for Skye, will you guys? Catch us up, Skye. You were number 62. You're the bomb.
Yeah, so this year has been great. I'm level 4 now. I have an associate, and that's all due to using social media to grow my business behind a chair. One thing that I have been playing around with, and it's really helping my resale sales, is actually making videos of little mini tutorials using products at home so they can do little fun styles at home and just recreate the look, and it really engages the guests and the followers.
Oh wow! So you'll actually do a little video on your iPhone on your video app, and like how long would that video be? Because I've seen some of them on my newsfeed. How many minutes?
Yeah, so between 30 seconds to 60 seconds. It's very short and to the point. We have very short attention spans, so we're just trying to get it out there so they can actually just see the content and see that it's super
And what are
easy.
you doing? Uploading that in Instagram and Facebook or both?
Yeah, so I'll upload it to Instagram and then share it to my Facebook.
Nice, nice. Well, you were on like a vertical curve going on income last year. You just kind of blew it up. What are you going for this year as a level 4?
I am planning on 125. That's my goal.
Oh my Lord, 125,000. That's called big boom boom, baby. You thought we forgot about you, didn't you? No way, baby. We just keep making the Wi-Fi work. So here he is, Mr. Randy Kunkel. Give it up for the Rand Man. All right, we're back in the game, bud.
Hey, good evening, good evening. I can't believe it's another huge mile marker in our career of SSBC. Another 100. I remember our 100th summit, and I'll remember this one tonight. What a huge mile marker you've done again, my thank you.
Oh, no. I mean, you and I go back to the 80s when you were in a class that I was doing, and then I bump into you on the back end of the 90s, and then we got this glimmer in our eye called handful of people at my house in St. Paul, and you start coaching them, you and Dave Kirby, and Jane Salisbury. You blinked. There's some schools you blinked twice, and we're now at what is it? How many thousands of salons have been through Summit?
Well, I believe probably 3,000, Michael, and I'm sure we have over 40,000 service providers that are using our systems on a daily basis.
And now the number of consultants that SSCG has, what is it now, around 80?
I believe it is, and I think it's more than that, Michael, because there's a new class being in this week, and so I'm excited to meet all of them and get to know them. It's just ever growing.
So as you and I mean, we're on the back end of this ride, and we just continue to watch it grow. And Peter Mahoney and Heather Bagby and Dave Kirby and
oh yeah,
and once upon a time it was you and Sharon and Mary and myself. So as you stand witness to this unfolding, what kind of comes up in you?
oh gosh, I mean, there's a lot of emotions and a lot of facts, and there's so many lives that have been changed. So many lives have been changed in salons that we've been able to help, and then their children and next generation, and just to see it all grow and evolve. And a lot of those salons are anchored by good schools they were a part of and they put in, and that continues to evolve and grow. And so, yeah, when I think of all the things that Summit's involved in, and now we have Summit Salon Academies that we have in the United States, and it's amazing. All the good fortune we've had, and we've just been very fortunate.
Well, I've got a question that I want to ask you, and I didn't tell you I was going to ask you this question because it just kind of came up in me as I was kind of listening to you, reminisce on the ride that we've been on. But I just came back from, as you know, Salon Centric's national sales meeting, and they have a goal. I didn't tell you this, Rand, but they got a goal of getting 800 salons to coming to Summit this year. I'm getting goosebumps as I'm telling you that. So here's my question for you. Standing where you're standing, there's a whole bunch of salons that haven't plugged into this yet, and they're out there, as you know, in business for themselves, by themselves. A lot of them are confused because the game has changed, probably changed 30 years in the last two. Knowing what you know, what might you say to them that would give them hope, inspiration, and an open mind to go, you know what, I think I'm going to plug into this, or at least find out more about this being the next chapter in my life?
Well, we're in the biggest era of the hairstyling business that I've ever seen. I've been in it for 40-some years, and I can tell you that we've never experienced a growth spurt, and what's available now for salons, it's unbelievable. But it's like, pick somebody. If it's not us, then somebody else. But don't be in business fight by yourself. I mean, and don't be alone. But how can I grow and really do this social media and catch up and get even with today, and then grow and explode again? I've been growing young with Michael, and we've decided that we're not going to get old, and we're just going to keep growing young, and we'd like to help you do that too. But we all need direction on everything we need to change. Nice.
Well, listen, we're out of time. It was just so thrilling to have you on the show. Have our three guests. You've seen 100. I look forward to having another conversation just like this with you on episode 200, God willing. So I want to thank you again for coming. I love you. Say hi to your lovely wife. I'll say hi to mine for you, and let's just keep making big boom boom.
Thank you.
Give it up for Mr. Redman one more time. Nice. What you guys think of that? Kind of cool, huh? So, before I sign off, I just want to really kind of summarize what I learned. I don't know what you got out of the ride this evening, but it was nothing short of extraordinary when we had our three guests on. Rosa, she's saying that she's doing, really taking more advantage of the IG story feature, and her referrals continue to explode. Skye Currie was saying that she's now doing, 30, 45-second product demonstration videos and then posting them on her pages, and her retail is going through the roof. Amanda Gilson is saying, look, I'm putting a $5 boost on my post, and I noticed that's filling, several $100 of openings in my book. And of course, Mr. Randy Kunkel is saying, this is where we've been, this is where we're at, and this is where we're going. So it was an extraordinary show. I think you ought to give it up one more time for those guys. And just in case this is your first watch, you're probably seeing a lot tonight, but if you want to hang out with us, one of the ways you can do is at Michael Cole Summit. That's on our Facebook page, and that's where all of the Facebook Lives are happening. So we're video blogging almost on a daily basis now. I'm on, I think, the last count, 50 secret group, Facebook secret group pages, and we do lives for them as well. So you join us there or hang out with us on Instagram, Michael Cole Summit. The other thing that I really hope that you take advantage of is our latest, greatest social media virtual coaching team. And as I said before, the team is really led by Luke Hufstetter. Then there's Tim Fisk, there's Jennifer Boutwell, there's Kayla Ray Dickerson, there's Kim Light Pearson, there's Elizabeth Einstein, and then there's Joe Atang. Those are our social media teachers and coaches, and they'd be more than happy to do an assessment, work with your people online. It's just a reasonable investment. I want to encourage you to look into that as well. You can either see more about that on summitsalon.com or calling our 800 number. Hang out with all of our lives that we've done over the last couple of years. This is episode 100. They are all on Summit Salon's YouTube page. And if you go to summitsalon.com and hit /MC Live, you will go all the way to that table of contents. They're all curated for you, so you don't have to search and watch them one at a time. This is free training, you guys. Taking advantage of that. We have more and more people now that out in the field that are referring their clients to watching these tutorials, because that's what they become. They've all edited down, and now they're micro learning chunks. Make sure that while you're there on the .com is to get the official book, get the social media day planner. Take advantage of our calculator pages now. The mobile calculator, that's now on the home page, and we've got several calculators that help you to not only set financial goals, but breaking them down into day goals so that you hit them quicker. Of course, there's our tracker as well, tracking, measuring what you treasure by the day, week, month. It's perfectly paired up to the level system. All this stuff is for free. You got to be taking advantage of it big time. So, in closing, thank you, L'Oreal PPD, and all the brands that you represent. Your financial support continues to allow us to develop technologies to help people in this way. Thank you, Summit Salon Business Center. Salon Centric, you are the bomb, as well as State Beauty Supply and RDA Pro Mart. So on behalf of all of us, I hope you enjoyed 100, and we will blink, and we'll have a celebration at 200 as well. So have a great night.